What up, 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 what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. Mike.
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins? That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to start. I thought Lil Murder was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zam's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see. Can I see? Get me up in my DMs, because I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
It was a very shocking and horrific moment.
Mark Bonomo was attending Mass at the Cathedral Basilica of Sacred Heart in New Jersey when a man walked up to Bishop Manuel Cruz and punched him in the face. Police identified the man as 42-year-old Charles Miller. He can be seen strolling up to the altar right in the middle of the service.
As a former altar boy, a lot of people thought, oh, he might be part of the Mass, but I myself thought it was a little odd right off from the gate, and then when he walked up and hit the man in the face, hit Bishop Cruz in the face, people were shocked. Some people ducked, others screamed.
Another person in attendance caught the whole thing on video. The bishop fell to the ground and was shielded by an altar boy, while police tackled Miller to place him under arrest. A spokesman for the Archdiocese said Bishop Cruz was not seriously injured, and he was thankful law enforcement was there to take control of the situation.
So you mean to tell me he walks up and he's like, Bishop, you better have my money because you've been messing with my hoe. Lord have mercy. What is the world coming to?
Hey, y'all got a pimp named Slickback round here attacking the bishop, the father, the pastor. Why for is a pimp named Slickback round here attacking the father, the Holy Father? I'm just trying to figure out what y'all got going on. That's all I want to know. Is that what we're here for today? Hey, Liz, go. Oh, I know it's late over there, Liz. Go. Oh, Liz, go. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning over there. It's about, no, it's after, yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning over there, Liz. Go. Liz, go. We'll catch you tomorrow. You have a lovely evening. Go to bed. We'll see you tomorrow. Catch the replay. It's late over there for Liz. Go. She over there in England. But what's up, y'all? We over here today. We around here today. This the kind of cutting up that we have when we have a late night. When we have a late night run your mouth. This is the type of cutting up and tomfoolery that we have. Hey, L Love, my love. What's going on? Hey, Candace F. What is up? I know some people still over there. I think Really B is still live. I believe she is. So it's probably some people still over there. I think she's going to do a redirect. So they'll come over eventually. But, child, that's the type of tomfoolery we got going on. Yeah, Ray J, yeah, go ahead and get you a cocktail, honey. Let me make sure I got everything for Ray J ready. Yeah, I got everything ready. Lord help us. God help us. Lord. Universal Goddess, you got your drink. Girl, I got mine too, honey. Because we gonna need it. A late night run your mouth? Girl, you know we about to clown over here. We is about to clown. Okay? Hey, crazy homebody girl. What's going on, beautiful? Hey, Antonia, my love. What's going on, sweetheart? Tracy C is in the building. Listen. This a late edition of Run Your Mouth. So Tracy and all of the hall monitors, they got the good shit over there, okay? All of the hall monitors got the good shit over there tonight. This ain't a drive at 5. This ain't a afternoon Run Your Mouth. This a late Run Your Mouth. Girl. They got all the good shit over there. All of the edibles you need, all of the shrooms and whatever you like, whatever your vice is, they got it over there for you. Okay. They got it over there for you. Okay. Hey, China White, what's going on, sweetheart? Hey, Symmetry, looking beautiful as ever. I see you over there with your African violets representing DST. Tracy, did you see a pimp named Slickback? Do we need to play that again? Let me know if I need to play that again. Listen, let me know what's going on, Terrence. Let me know if I need to play a pimp named Slickback again, because I can play him again. Hey, Terrence. Hey, Terrence, what's going on, Terrence? What's good, bruh? What is up? Janae, what is going on, my love? Montrez, what's good, bruh? What is up? Listen, hey, Tacos and Tequila, I'm glad y'all made it back around here. Okay. Listen, Terrence say play that thing again. Y'all got a pimp named Slickback round here. Tracy say she need to see him again, honey. Girl, Tracy, tell the people what you got in that book bag today, because this is a late night edition. So we got everything you need. We got today. Here's the video again.
It was a very shocking and horrific moment.
Mark Bonomo was attending Mass at the Cathedral Basilica of Sacred Heart in New Jersey when a man walked up to Bishop Manuel Cruz and punched him in the face. Police identified the man as 42-year-old Charles Miller. He can be seen strolling up to the altar right in the middle of the service.
As a former altar boy, a lot of people thought, oh, he might be part of the Mass, but I myself thought it was a little odd right off from the gate, and then when he walked up and hit the man in the face, hit Bishop Cruz in the face, people were shocked. Some people ducked, others screamed.
Another person in attendance caught the whole thing on video. The bishop fell to the ground and was shielded by an altar boy, while police tackled Miller to place him under arrest. A spokesman for the archdiocese said Bishop Cruz was not seriously injured, and he was thankful law enforcement was there to take control of the situation.
So you mean to tell me he walks up and he's like, Bishop, you better have my money because you been messing with my hoe. Lord have mercy. What is the world coming to?
Baby, pimping ain't easy, but it pays the bills. Okay? Pimping ain't easy. Why for is a pimp named Slickback around here assaulting the father? These people over there trying to do their, Hail Marys and Our Fathers, and you sprinkle the little shit on people and eat your little, wafer and shit. Father is up there. And what the fuck my money? You owe my hoes some money. Pay my hoes their money. What? Listen. Why for is a pimp named Slickback busted the shit out of a bitch? How did this go? Did he say, bitch, what up money you owe my hoes? Fuck! Did he do that? I'm trying to figure out how this played out. Why were the police there? See. Wait a minute. Father, I'm gonna just give him a name. Father, what's gonna be his name? Father Reginald. Father Reginald. Why is there police down to the noonday mass, down to the Catholic Church? You knew you ain't pay that man for his hoes. Now I'm just proud of you, Father Reginald, that you went for the grown women and not one of the altar boys. We're just glad that we see the diocese done, got a new breed of holy fathers and cardinals and priests and stuff in there. So we ain't got to worry about the altar boys no more. Now y'all around here, going for $2 hoes, but you got to pay these hoes say $2. I'm just saying, girl. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the late edition. Well, we just gonna be clowning all night long. We gonna be clowning. If you ain't got your drink, go ahead and get a drink. We about to be clowning. Let me finish saying hello to people. Hey, Janae, what's going on? What is going on, beautiful? Demetria. Hey, girl, hey. We got lovely 31 Blueprint here. Hey, my love. Miss Bay Thing over in the Bay Area is here. Hey, beautiful. Brown Mama is in the building. Really B done sent all of my pupils here with a hall pass. Y'all see Really B came with a hall pass. Okay. She sent y'all with a hall pass. That's fine. Y'all won't have to get this good 10,000 word essay. Hey, Cams, I feel like I just saw you. Ravine, what's going on? Oh, so now you want to snitch on Really B? I'm glad you keeping it equal opportunity. Normally, you never snitch on Really B. Normally, you only snitch on me, Ravine. I'm glad you finally Really B. Cha. Hey, Ronald, what's going on, sir? What's going on? Who house you rolling over to tonight, Ronald? Because you say you did. So who done called you over to their house so you can go, do some, unsightly things with somebody's son? Baby Brown Mama, the bishop thought the cookies was for free. He thought because he was the Holy Father that he could get them goodies for free. The cooter cost. Now, if you want the cooter, you got to pay for the cooch. The pimp came over there and said, run me my... Well, he ain't say run me my cooch or run me my coins. He said, run me my coins, run me my coins. This is the opposite of run me my cooch or run me my coins. Okay. Child, we done started early, Ravine. We done started early. Then he slapped the shit out of his ass. Fuck. Hey, Jay Parrish, what's going on? He ran off on paying for the cooch, child. You should have kept it with Sister Mary Clarence over there, okay? Girl. Tracy says she has chips, Oreo cookies, Grey Goose. She got Airheads and a half a bottle of gin and Skittles. I'm just saying. Tracy, I got some gin over here on the small bar. Just go ahead and add this to the book bag. Here you go, Tracy. Just add this This that Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre gin that I never really drank. I bought it just for y'all, but it ain't that good. So go ahead and add that to the book bag, because tonight, we doing a late night one. Add the salted caramel crown to the book bag too. So all that is gonna be a Tracy book bag as well. Okay, go see Tracy. You need to hear from the pimp. I need to hear from him too. Is he out of jail yet? Yeah. Yana, what's going on, my love? What's going on? Child. Not bitch, but I have my money. Child. He ain't using protection. Oh, Father. You got to use protection when you have them hoes. Speaking of hoes, hey, Paul. Well, whose son did you just roll from underneath? Paul, we're glad that you here. I hope that us doing a late run your mouth ain't cutting into your time with Trade. Just tell Trade to watch us too. Just have Trade lay in the bed with you and watch us too. I'm just saying. Trade can watch us. Hey, precious jewel, sweetheart. Child, put in the chat what y'all drinking, okay? Go ahead and put in the chat what you drinking. Hey, Ivy. Girl, why you been hiding? I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. Girl, I ain't seen you in a minute. We're so glad to have you, my love. We're gonna have a good time, Ivy. Pour you a drink or and toast up and have a seat and have a good time. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get the Monique. We certainly gonna get the Monique. Child. Not where's Daredevil when you need him. He ran in the cooch. The pimp needs to see the coins. Okay. Oh, you sell a bit on Tuesday, Ronald? If you sell a bit, we'll buy a bit, okay? Child, okay. On Tuesdays, you sell a bit. If you sell a bit, we'll buy a bit. Mm-hmm. Child. Y'all hear Ronald? Anyway, Terrence said he got that good water. He at work. He can't be drinking drinking that with y'all. Lavender lemonade with gin. Now you trying. Oh, gin is my shit. Crazy on body girl. You got lavender lemonade with it. That sounds good. Hey, J. Diva Sanders, what's going on, beautiful? Look at all beautiful. You got ginger beer over there. Ginger beer is good. I love me some good ginger beer. China White. Cherie says she's classy based. She only has a glass of apple juice, not a cup of apple juice, a glass of apple juice. Cam say he's sipping on a little crown apple and cranberry. Nothing major if you need him. We all sick of her symmetry. We just sick of it. Jay Parrish say sweet tea right now. He ain't gonna tell you what else in that sweet tea, okay? Cha. L Love say I'm drinking a delicious homemade lemon drop martini. Janae says she got a Long Island. I know that's right. Come on for the Empress. You know the Empress. The Empress gin on the main bar. This the mini bar that I keep on my work office desk. But in the main bar, I could go get the Empress because it's over there on the main bar. Hey, Complex 613. How you doing, sweetheart? We love to see you. You normally be first in class. Tracy W, did I say hey to you? Because you know how you get real mad if I don't say hey to you. Everybody say hello to Tracy W before she get real mad for no reason. Janae say she have fruit punch. She already need a refill if you need her. And Ronald say he has sparkling water mixed with lemonade. Why I don't believe that, Ronald. Anyway, y'all, if y'all ready to get this party started, let's go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat if y'all ready to get this party started. Because I'm ready to get this party started. I'm just saying, let's go ahead and get the party started. Why the fuck not? We got a lot of shit to talk about, a lot of politics. Our sugar spike segment, we're gonna try not to spike out. We keep our big bag of high chews. Listen, the bag of high chews is almost out, y'all. Look, we almost out of the high chews. So I might have to re-up on a bag of high chews. But this is what keeps our sugar regulated during the sugar spike segment. So we got our high chews ready. Larry had a long time to get warmed up, so Larry's voice is ready to go too. So Sugar Spike segment is here. Baby, we got to talk about Monique. We got to talk about Jonathan Majors. We got to talk about Ray J. We got to talk about Shaun T. We got to talk about a bunch of shit going on in your federal government. It's just a bunch of shit to talk about. So I need to make sure I keep y'all up to speed. But before we do all of that, before we talk about all of the things that's going on, we must first, as any good class, we must first, you got a cup of delicious hot lemon and ginger green tea. You ready? All right, Ivy. Well, baby, sit back, relax, have a good time, buckle your seatbelts, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride, honey. And let's get it down. Cha. Anyway, let's start off like we start off every day. It's March. It's not Women's History Month. It is Black Women's History Month. So today we're going to do like we do every day. We're going to start off with our Black women's history, and we're going to do one moment, one person in Black women's history. Some of you all may know this beautiful young lady. Some of you all may not, but she is a very influential figure, influential Black woman in this country. So today we learned, if you did not know her already, the story of Ethel Lois Payne. Ethel Payne. Pioneering journalist Ethel Lois Payne was born on August 14th, 1911 in Chicago, Illinois, to William A. Payne and Bessie Austin. Known as the First Lady of Black Press for her extensive list of accomplishments as a writer, journalist, and reporter, Payne, according to her colleagues, asked questions no one else dared to ask. Payne attended Lindblom High School, which was located in a white Chicago neighborhood. Despite the unwelcoming environment, she became an accomplished student in her English and history courses. One of her English teachers encouraged Payne to write and helped her with her first submission to a magazine. The article was subsequently published. Payne pursued higher education at Crane Junior College and Garrett Biblical Institute, graduating from the latter institution in 1933. Upon graduation, she decided to become a lawyer. The University of Chicago Law School, however, refused to accept her application because of her race. Payne never became a lawyer. Nonetheless, she devoted the rest of her life and career to racial justice issues. In 1948, she responded to a Red Cross call for action to serve American forces in Japan and became a hostess for a military service social club. While in Japan, she met a reporter from the Chicago Defender, an African-American newspaper, and allowed him to take her journal back to his editors. Impressed by her writing, the newspaper used her journal notes to formulate an article about racially discriminatory practices in the U.S. military in Japan. The article, the first of a series, was published on the front page of the Defender. In 1951, Payne was hired full-time by the Chicago newspaper and became the first African-American woman to focus on international news coverage in addition to her national assignments. Payne pursued assignments around the world. In 1955, she attended the Bandung Conference with the writer Richard Wright. Everybody knows Richard Wright is a very famous African-American writer. She covered the Montgomery bus boycott and the March on Washington. In 1966, she reported from Vietnam, and the following year, she covered the Biafran War. Her interviews with prominent leaders such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, and Senator John F. Kennedy made her a widely known and prominent global reporter. In 1955, she was one of only 3 Black journalists to cover the White House. During one White House press conference, she asked President Dwight D. Eisenhower what he was going to do to address racial disparities in the United States. His angry response made front page news the next day, but it also pushed civil rights issues to the top of the agenda for Eisenhower's administration and those that followed him. Her critiques carried significant influence at a time when the U.S. State Department eagerly sought to depict to leaders around the world, and particularly in new countries of Africa, the idea that American race relations were amicable. After working with the Defender for 25 years, Payne became the first African American woman to serve as a radio and television commentator when she was hired by CBS News in 1972. Throughout the 1980s, she reported on apartheid in South Africa and worked for Nelson Mandela's release. Ethel Payne died at the age of 79 after a heart attack in Washington, D.C. on May 29, 1991. Her many honors include an award from the Capitol Press Club in 1967 for her reporting during the Vietnam War and the Trans-Africa African Freedom Award in 1987. And that, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary gender-conforming members of our audience, is the story of, or the life of, Ethel Lois Payne, a pioneer and a Black woman that blazed a trail for Black journalists to come. We have all of those beautiful Black queens that we see on our television now, the April Ryans and all of those people down there to the White House press pool. They all have people like Ethel Payne that paved the way to do that. Any Black woman that you see on news broadcasting, they have Ethel Payne to thank for it. And so we are glad to learn of the great Ethel L. Payne, her story. I love when y'all have not heard of the person, and we can all learn about that person. Hey, KER Vixen, I ain't seen you in a minute. It's good to see you. Hey, Uncle Jay. Uncle Jay, go ahead and get you a drink, okay? I know Trade already at your house, Uncle Jay, so just have Trade sit down next to you and watch the show. Hey, Trade. Hey, Trade, because Uncle Jay keep a piece of Trade over there. For all of my Black women in the chat, have y'all been enjoying this month with our Black women's history? I've really tried to make sure that I give y'all some wonderful Black women who y'all may not have known about, that hopefully can inspire you, that can hopefully make you all feel that, listen, we ain't in this alone. Black women been holding it up for a long time. I try to choose women from multiple genres or different fields or different avocations, so that you all can know Black women been everywhere and at the forefront of everything. And certainly these Black women that we are chronicling this month will be inspiration to you all, and you all yourselves can add to that long list. Hey, Too Feisty, what's going on? So glad to have it. Glad to have it. Ethel Payne. All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, hey, by the way, what's going on? And with that, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience, oh, yes, it's that time. I bring to you the late, great Larry Myers to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
Oh, God. You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So long now, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Thank you, Larry. Y'all know Larry was extra crisp tonight. He had a couple extra hours to get that voice right. Y'all heard that voice? It was extra crisp tonight. Shout out to Larry. Thank you, Larry. Yes, Larry. Hey, Tanya Boo, what's going on? Demetria say it's the Sugar Spike segment. She already took her shot of Don Julio. You ain't wrong. Well, your president, Donald John Trump, was touting the fact that he brokered this ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. And here we are. And here the fuck we are. That didn't last long. According to the AP, the Israeli bombs, the ceasefire is done. Israeli bombs began falling before dawn, lighting the sky with orange flares and shattering the stillness in the Gaza Strip. The surprise wave of airstrikes plunged Palestinians back into a nightmare they had hoped might be behind them. The bombs crashed against Gaza early Tuesday, setting fire to a sprawling tent camp in the southern city of Khan Yunis and flattening a Hamas-run prison. They hit the Al Tabeen shelter in Gaza City, where Majid Nasser was sleeping with his family. By midday, over 400 people had been killed and over 500 were missing. It was one of the deadliest days in the 17-month war following 2 months of ceasefire. Here we are. Y'all thought it was over? I told y'all Netanyahu was not going to sit there and be okay with the ceasefire. I told y'all that. Did not we report over here that we did not expect the ceasefire to last? Did we not report on that over here? I know we did. Let me know, Tanya. Let me know. We might could go to lunch or something. But I told y'all, listen, here we are. And we know Donald John is not going to be happy to either all of the Gazans and Palestinians are killed or permanently removed so he can have Trump Gaza. He already has the video. Y'all already saw the video. But we're talking about probably an upwards of 1,000 people dead today. Because like I said, by midday, the death count was at 400. There were already 500 people unaccounted for. They dropped bombs on the tent city where people were living. Women, excuse me, women, children, men, women, children, the elderly. There was no warning, no nothing. They just said, here it is, get some. No warning, no get out of town, no, hey, we're going to start bombing. You might want to, get none of that. None of it. For all of those people on that side that voted for Donald John, I hope you got what you were looking for. In other news, we're going back to Jim Crow now. Wonderful pupils of mine. Put a 27 in the chat. If you have not heard me over here for the last 2 months saying we're about to go back to Jim Crow America, put a 27 in the chat. If you have not heard me say, if you have heard me say that we're about to go back to Jim Crow America, and none of us have lived in that before. Because I know that that's something that I have been screaming for the last 2 months. If you thought it was a game, if you thought I was being hyperbolic, if you thought that's just El Teddy blathering about, El Teddy, he be having sugar spikes and he just be talking out the side of his neck. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here the fuck we are. Here's the story. After a recent change by the Trump administration, the federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors from having segregated restrooms, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. The segregation clause is one of several identified in a public memo issued by the General Services Administration last month, affecting all federal agencies. The memo explains that it is making changes prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which repealed an executive order signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. The memo also addresses Trump's executive order on gender identity. While there are still state and federal laws that outlaw segregation and discrimination that companies need to comply with, legal experts say this change to contracts across the federal government is significant. Quote, it's symbolic, but it's incredibly meaningful in its symbolism. These provisions that required federal contractors to adhere to and comply with federal civil rights laws and to maintain integrated rather than segregated workplaces were all part of the federal government's efforts to facilitate the settlement that led to integration in the 1950s and 60s. The fact that they are now excluding those provisions from the requirements for federal contractors, I think, speaks volumes. End of quote. And that's according to Melissa Maury, a constitutional law professor at New York University. Oh, and not to, and they weren't done, okay? Not that they were finished, they're not done. Let's continue. The clause in question is in the federal acquisition regulation known as FAR, a huge document used by agencies to write contracts for anyone providing goods and services to the federal government. Clause 52.222-21 of the FAR is titled, quote, prohibition of segregated facilities, end of quote. And this is how it reads. Here's what it reads, quote, the contractor agrees that it does not and will not maintain or provide its employees any segregated facilities at any of its establishments, and that it does not and will not permit its employees to perform their services at any location under its control where where segregated facilities are maintained. End of quote. Now, the document defines segregated facilities as work areas, restaurants, drinking fountains, transportation, housing, and more. And it says you can't segregate based on, quote, race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or national origin, end of quote. Several federal agencies, including the Departments of Defense, Commerce, and Homeland Security, have notified staff who oversee federal contracts that they should start instituting these changes where they don't have to put this inside of contracts. Oh, the notice also said the following in terms of change regarding a maintenance agreement for scientific freeze dryers. This is one of the first contracts that came out. In the contract, it said, quote, equal opportunity will not be considered when making award decisions or enforce requirements, end of quote. Let me tell you again what they're writing in the language to federal contracts. Quote, equal opportunity will not be considered when making award decisions or enforce requirements. Here we are. So once again, like I keep telling y'all, while y'all got black people over here talking about, oh, we done checked out. Black people gonna be over here on the side, just sitting down, cause I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for politics and all of that. Baby, y'all voted how y'all want to vote. I'ma check out, and I'ma just be over here to watch TikTok videos with people crying about how they are mad that they voted for Trump. Because that's what y'all want us to do, right? That's what the fuck y'all want us to do. I got black people over here telling us that, oh, don't worry about it, black people. Just sit down. There's nothing to see here. Oh, we could just chill for right now. And mind you, we have shit like this happening where it's no longer going to be federally mandated. that companies and things that work with the federal government can't have segregated can't have segregated water fountains and restrooms and things. And please be clear, some of these things were federal laws prior to Lyndon B. Johnson becoming president. The thing is, people were not, there was no execution of said law. There were no teeth in that law. There was nothing that forced these companies and these people to enforce said law. And then you had red states that were okay with keeping things segregated. So the only teeth that there were in this was when we had not just the civil rights of 1964 and 65, but when Lyndon Johnson started putting executive orders in place, forcing companies to do that if they were going to have any contracts with the federal government. And now that you've wiped your ass with that, these companies can go back. Who's going to enforce it? If a company says right now, we're going back, if a company in Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas said, we're going back to having segregated bathrooms and drinking fountains and gas stations and areas within the supermarket, who's going to tell them that they can't do that? Because the federal government has told you they're not going to tell them that. If you're in one of these red states, we know their state's government is not going to tell them to do that. So now, while y'all over there having a seat on the couch saying nothing to see here, we ain't got nothing to worry about, the rights that we bled and died for, the rights that Black people were killed, lynched, and maimed for are being eradicated. And the thing is, those same people that are telling you that we could just take a chill pill, that we could just sit on the couch and shit like that, they're not going to be they're not built to be out there on the front lines like those people who died and was beat and bled were out there. They're not here for that. They're not built for that. But they're going to tell you it's time to chill, but they're not going to tell you it's time to stand up and go on the front lines and fight. And you can't have it both ways. So while you got people out here saying we need to chill, we are having our rights stripped away from us. So whenever y'all figure out that y'all gonna check back in, I told y'all there may be nothing to check back in for. This shit is happening much faster than you people thought. These people didn't, like they said in 2001, we have a failure of imagination because you all did not imagine in your wildest dreams that this shit will be stripped away this fast. Even the founder and author of Project 2025 said recently that he is amazed at how fast everything they wanted to be done is being implemented. How there's nothing obstructing them and in the way. I remember that tacos and tequila. Terrence said the defense contractor he's been working with been getting rid of Black leadership since last year. This is happening. And I think it's dangerous for anybody that's a Black person speaking to you with regard to what's going on in this country. It is fucking dangerous for them to be telling you that it's time for you to chill. Oh, we got this. Yeah, we could go ahead and sit this one out for a little bit. We don't have that luxury. This shit is dangerous out here. And please be clear, this is a green light to those red states, Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Texas. A lot of these states, This is not West Virginia. This is open season, South Carolina and shit, for them to go and take it even a step further. They've already proven they don't give a damn about judges and the judiciary. They don't give a damn. Here we are. Here the fuck we are. In more sugar spiky news. Now, I heard people reporting on the last story. I've heard virtually nobody reporting on this story. And this came out today. Here's the headline. The EEOC, or the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, is now targeting law firms over DEI practices. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, has sent letters to 20 top law firms demanding information about their employment practices, a sign that it plans to target their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The letter from acting EEOC chair Andrea Lucas, appointed by President Trump the day after his inauguration, said firms' efforts to diversify their workforce could violate employment laws. Quote, the EEOC is prepared to root out discrimination anywhere it may rear its head, including in our nation's elite law firms, end of quote, said the new chair of the EEOC. She went on to say, quote, no one is above the law and certainly not the private bar, end of quote. The letter is the first major action from the EEOC targeting DEI programs, coming at a time where Trump critics fear the administration will turn the agency on its head. The commission was designed to investigate workplace discrimination claims, including based on race, age, and sentiment practices that exclude minorities. It also comes as the Trump administration has singled out law firms for their past work, using executive orders to strip a security clearance from one attorney at Covington and Burlington. A broader order targeting Perkins and Coie stripped the firm's clearances and included language that would largely bar its attorneys from federal buildings. Perkins Coie has sued over the executive order. I can stop right here. Listen. The whole point of the EEOC, see, this is why I say a lot of times they give you these big headlines and then the important shit. That's the shit that they don't focus on. They major on the minor and minor on the major. Something like you telling me that the EEOC, and a commission that was birthed on civil rights, birthed on equality, is in the fucking name, equal, on equality, equity, having inclusivity, an organization and commission birthed off of that is now being used to attack and come after law firms first. Oh, this is strategic. It's coming after the top law firms first. That is a scare tactic. Telling top law firms that they're violating law because they are either now or have in the past had diversity, equity, and inclusion practices. What is the only thing that's been holding up in our whole democracy? Article 3, the judiciary. The only way the judiciary works is if you have lawyers and law firms willing to take this shit to court. So now, if you have them threatening the top 20 law firms in the country, saying that you are in violation of the law, which is untrue, and I'm sure they know it, because you have diversity, equity, and inclusion practices, it's a scare tactic. Even if they don't win with those top 20 law firms, it's to scare the thousands of other law firms that aren't one of the top 20 to let them know, bitch, fuck around and find out. Because y'all don't have the money to come at us as the federal government. This is completely scary. This right here might be even more scary than what I just read to you before in the last story. The EEOC is now attacking law firms. Please understand, all employers fall on everybody within the sound of my voice. Every company that you have ever worked for or are currently work for falls under the jurisdiction of the EEOC. Everybody. From sea to shining sea, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. And what that means is, even those companies that were holding firm in their stance with DEI, this is to send a message to say, we're coming after you next. All in order to try to make them bend the knee before they even get there. Before they even come knocking on their door, they're trying to scare all of these companies into bending the knee. This is happening, people. We ain't even a full 2 months yet. We won't even be 2 months in until fucking Thursday. And we are already here. This is why I keep screaming from the rooftops. We cannot check out. We can't check out at this point. We don't have time to sit down. Because while you sitting down saying there's nothing that I need to worry about, let them worry about it. You gonna run up on something and the shit gonna knock on your door. And at the time when it knocks on your door, it's too late. By the time they come knocking at your door, it's too late. I hate to be the alarmist. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I feel like if I don't communicate this to you, shit like this slides under the radar. Let me know if you heard this at all today. Many of us heard the story about them removing the segregation portion rescinding President Lyndon B. Johnson's executive order with the federal contracts and segregation. Many of us heard that. Put a 27 in the chat if you heard about this situation with the EEOC coming after the fucking top 20 law firms in the country because they have practices that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're not going to tell you this. And this, even think about this. If you feel like your company is discriminating against you, there are two things you go to. You try to go to the EEOC, and then you try to find you a lawyer to represent you. If the EEOC is already not looking to help you, if all of the law firms are now fearful of taking up the case, who then is going to help you and go before any judge? How do you even get to the whole judiciary if there's nobody to represent you? This is happening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put this story in the chat because the article is a little longer. If you want to read the article yourself, or even there, I found several articles on it. Even if you want to Google if you want to Google EEOC and DEI or EEOC top 20 law firms, it'll give you this story. Y'all, this is happening. And like I said, I try not to be an alarmist. When I find I never go to one source for any story that I bring before y'all. I try to vet things out and really go find multiple sources that are reporting on it and see, make sure that everything that I bring to you is sound. I try not to bring you anything that I haven't vetted out. This is scary, y'all. This is happening. In more sugar spiky news. Now, this is a bit of good news. A federal judge today told the Trump administration that the dismantling of USAID was unconstitutional and has ordered Doge to restore access for those employees. U.S. District Judge Theodore Shaun um, said that Elon Musk's attempt to unilaterally dismantle the U.S. Agency for International Development likely violated the U.S. Constitution. He ordered, he ordered the clandestine Department of Government Efficiency to immediately give USAID employees access to their quote email payment security notification and all other electronic systems, end of quote, and ordered a pause on any effort to shut down USAID. Judge Shaun wrote that Musk's takeover, quote, usurped the authority of the public's elected representatives in Congress to make decisions on whether, when, or how to eliminate a federal government agency and of officers of the United States duly appointed under the Constitution to exercise the authority entrusted to them, end of quote. While Judge Shawan's rebuked Musk's role within the Trump administration, the exact implications of the decision on the operations of USAID are unclear. Now, we know from last week, not last week, 2 weeks ago, or was it 3 weeks ago now, they already took the signs off the buildings. They already took the lettering off of USAID's building in Washington, D.C. All of the signs on the streets, the street corner signs that point you in the direction of the different federal agencies, that has been blacked out too. That already happened. Now, the federal judge ordered Doge and Elon Musk to submit a written agreement within 2 weeks that ensures USAID can reoccupy its former headquarters in the Ronald Reagan building in Washington, D.C. Now, while this absolutely is good news, we also know this fucking president does not give a damn about adhering to judge's orders. In more sugar spiky news, the measles outbreak in Texas and New Mexico has grown to more than 300. The measles outbreak impacting Texas and New Mexico has now exceeded 300 cases, surpassing the number of measles cases reported in all of the United States last year. According to the latest update from the Texas Department of State Health Services, 279 measles cases have been reported in Texas, and in neighboring New Mexico, 38 cases have been confirmed as of Tuesday, totaling 317 cases across both states. Listen. Here we are. Now, they're saying at least 36 people have been hospitalized from this measles outbreak so far. That's been reported so far. In the Texas outbreak, children and teenagers between 5 and 17 make up the majority of the cases, at 120 of the cases, followed by children ages 4 and under, making up 88 cases. Do I need to remind y'all that measles is one of the most highly contagious and infectious diseases in all the world? Mind you, it was supposed to have been eradicated and eliminated back in the year of our Lord 2000. And because y'all are listening to y'all Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, who spreads conspiracy theories about measles and other vaccinations not being effective or causing autism, y'all decided y'all wanted people not to get vaccinated. And now we have a whole outbreak. Now, I suspect that this is going to, hey, Callie, gravely affect the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Because most black people, we're not here for this fuck shit. Most black people, we going down and you finna get this shot. But you got these people descended from the Caucasus Mountains that be with this bullshit. That's kind of what I'm afraid of. And I'm sure Janae, our medical expert, might confirm. My fear is a lot of times when you have these outbreaks that come, they do, because it's a highly infectious disease. I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, all my medical experts in the chat. But from my, knowledge of infectious diseases, a lot of times, even when there is vaccinations, when you do have these outbreaks, the disease does start to mutate and starts to learn and grow and finds ways to mutate so as to even affect those that are vaccinated. You see these mutations, and now there ends up having to be a new vaccine because not enough people got vaccinated, and now we have this whole outbreak, and now there's a new strand of that virus that the vaccine may or may not be effective to. That's just what I learned in my little bit of knowledge. I have several degrees in science. I'm just saying. But I can be wrong. I am not an epidemiologist or virologist. Mm-mm. However, that's just with a little bit of knowledge that I learned in my, education. But now we reported last week, don't just say, oh, I'm not in Texas, or I'm not in or I'm not in New Mexico, so I ain't got nothing to worry about. There have been 301 measles cases in at least 14 states, 14 other states, I should say, so far this year, confirmed by the CDC. Alaska, California, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. And that's in addition to New Mexico and Texas. Janae said, if that happens, you'll probably need a booster. Thank you, Janae. That's one of our medical experts. Demetrius said it's a lot of us that are anti-vax too. Well, if y'all just if and I know you ain't talking about you, but you said a lot of us black people. Well, if that's the case, let us know how that works out. I'll be over here. So I'm vaccinated. All my people are vaccinated. Mm-hmm. I listen, and I can believe that, Demetra, because remember, it was a lot of black people talking about, oh, I'm not getting a COVID vaccine because they trying to do something to us. Baby, if they try to do something to us, I'm probably going to be one of the victims. Because if they tell me it's a vaccine for something, I'm going to go get the vaccine. That's what I'm going to go do. My black ass, L Teddy 27 is go. When they had the COVID vaccine, I was one of the first ones down there. Baby, let me get the vaccine. Oh, but you don't have a pre-existing condition or anything like that. You have to go on the waiting list. Baby, is my name first on the waiting list? Because I don't want to wait. Because let me help you understand something. I need this vaccine. I think when they did they was doing the COVID vaccine in waves. I think I was in like that 4th or 5th wave of people that could finally get them. Or but I know I was on the first wave of people, excuse me, that could get it after the people that were old, the elderly, and pre-existing conditions people. But as soon as that thing opened up, I was right there. Right there. Uh-huh. Was moving on. Well, where's Yana? Yana, is you still in the bushes? Somebody go find Yana and tell Yana we looking for her. Yana. Yana. We have to travel up there to the great state of Kentucky. Wow, D. Johnson. I hadn't heard about that polio outbreak, but y'all know I ordered, when was that? Last weekend or last week? Last week, Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. When I saw all of this shit coming down with all of these diseases, you know what I did? I bought me 250 packs of KN95 masks because I'm not gonna play with y'all. Y'all around here trying to kill people off. When I go in public now, I put on my mask. When I go down to the Publix and I walk out this house and I go in the store, I'm putting on my mask because I don't trust you bitches. Y'all people out here are carriers. I don't have that type of time. I got to report shit to y'all. I can't be around here getting sick. Y'all be looking for me to be on this motherfucking platform. I can't be around here getting sick playing around with y'all. I'm just saying. Let me go ahead and get to this next case. Listen, Callie, baby, please try to get your son to get your grandbaby vaccinated. Please try to get your son to get that grandbaby vaccinated because it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I told y'all we getting all of these old diseases like oh, there go Yana. Thank you, Yana. We got to talk about Kentucky, Yana. But we over here living in Oregon's Trail, okay? Now, some of y'all young kids, some of my young millennials and Gen Zers, y'all don't know what Oregon Trail is. Some of us old fuckers that come from the day of floppy disks and old ass computers, what did we used to play? Oregon Trail on the computer. And what did you have at Oregon Trail? You had to make it from the East Coast all the way to Oregon, right? And remember, on the way, you never won the game because you and your whole family died on the way to Oregon. Sometimes you died from the Indians, but most of the times it was the goddamn diseases. Measles, cholera, dysentery, diphtheria, whooping cough, polio, tuberculosis, rubella, mumps, like all of these diseases were all, and you would have to stop the wagon and go and try to, get you or your family member back well enough to continue on the fucking trail. And we getting killed now, like we sitting in the motherfucking Oregon Trail game, getting killed off by the goddamn diseases from Oregon Trail that was supposed to have been eliminated way back in the day. But here we are. Here the fuck we are. Mind you, we only have vaccinations in America because of the Africans that came, the enslaved Africans that came over from Africa. They had vaccinations already in Africa. And it was enslaved Africans that taught the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains what vaccinations and inoculations were. No problem, Callie. I'm just trying to listen. For me, it was the big three. It was dysentery, diphtheria, and cholera. It was one of them three. One of them three was gonna kill all me and all my family. Cholera, dysentery, and diphtheria. Whooping cough. I used to could get whooping cough, and I think you had to find something and it would help with the whooping cough. So I usually could do the whooping cough, but that dysentery, cholera, and diphtheria, it was them three right there. I never beat it either, Tracy. To this day, I never made it to Oregon. You always died somewhere around the Mississippi River. You would be doing good. Baby, you get round to about that Mississippi River. You get somewhere around Missouri or Kansas or somewhere over there, and that's where the shit just all goes. Even if you happen to cross, because you may be lucky enough to cross the Mississippi River. That was a whole ordeal in itself, or Oregon's Trail, crossing the Mississippi River. Even if you happen to get you and your cattle and your horses and the wagon and your chariot and everybody across the damn Mississippi, you was gonna get plagued by one of them damn diseases and die. Shout out to those of us who played Oregon Trail. Listen, Oregon Trail was that shit back in the day, okay? Child. That, and then we had the games that would teach you how to type. What mountains was it again? It was some mountains too. I forgot some mountains in Oregon Trail. It wasn't the Rocky Mountains. I never made it that far, but there was some other mountains you had to cross. Was it the Appalachian Mountains? I think it was the Appalachian Mountains. Child. Between Oregon Trail and learning how to type with word munches. Remember, you had the little word. I don't know if y'all had the word munches game where you had to type the little. It was word munches, and there was another game with a race car, and you had to type the words, and the car would go around the little racetrack with the word. I can't remember the name of it, child. Them was all games where we had floppy disk, not the 3.5-inch floppy disk, the old 5.25-inch floppy disk. Child, that was actually floppy. Child, but we had fun with Oregon Trail. Did the little baby say nobody beat that game? I don't think nobody did. Child, I don't think nobody beat that game. Anyway, so I was supposed to be talking about Kentucky. Kentucky is in the news. What's going on in Kentucky? Well, what state was that last week? It was a state last week that we just read about that voted to unrestrict conversion therapy. What state was that, y'all? Was it Texas? Was it Texas? It was a state last week that we just read about that voted to bring back conversion therapy. Well, I think it was Texas. I really think it was Texas. Somebody gonna remind me. And scarlet fever was another one. Ooh, on that Oregon's Trail. I think it was Texas last week that we talked about conversion therapy. I can't remember. But well, I told y'all at the time that it would not be the only state. Well, Kentucky is now here. They've entered the arena. Kentucky's Republican lawmakers have passed a measure to protect conversion therapy for LGBTQ plus youths as part of a bill that would also would outlaw the use of Medicaid funds to pay for gender affirming health care for transgender Kentucky residents. The House vote occurred late Friday, less than an hour before the midnight deadline for GOP supermajority legislature to pass bills and retain its ability to override gubernatorial vetoes. The bill passed after the Senate version that prohibited the use of Medicaid was accepted by the House. Conversion therapy, we know what that is, but because the GOP lawmakers voted to remove these restrictions that Governor Andy Beshear placed on the practice last year, and the fact that they have a supermajority, they are veto proof in this bill. So even though they have a Democratic governor in Governor Andy Beshear, he cannot even veto it because they have a supermajority in Kentucky, where it does not matter how he feels. It cleared both chambers with a veto-proof margin. Sad day. Sad day for LGBTQ plus youth. Sad day. And this is only going to get worse. Somebody is probably going to remember. I believe it was Texas that we talked about, and it may not have been Texas. It may have been Ohio or somewhere in the Midwest, but I thought it was Texas. But please be clear, the fact that 2 states have already done this means that this could happen. This is not could, but it's probably going to start sweeping the South, where they start bringing back conversion therapy. Sad day. In more sugar spiky news, we're going to the great state of Georgia, where Georgia is a new bill in Georgia aims to punish those who dox or release the private information of others with malicious intent. One state senator called the act of doxing, quote, literally an online version of stalking, end of quote. Critics, including attorney Andrew Fleischman, argue the bill poses serious First Amendment issues. They cite its broad language and low financial threshold, which could criminalize even minor speech acts. The bill passed the Georgia Senate nearly unanimously on March 6th and awaits approval of the House of Representatives before heading to the governor for consideration. Now, if this is Senate Bill 27, if enacted, it will classify forms of doxing, the act of maliciously publishing someone's personal identifying information without their consent, as a criminal offense with a sentence of up to 1 year in prison. Quote, this causes people significant harm, both mentally as well as physically. End of quote, said State Senator John Alberts, Republican of Roswell, right up the street from me. Literally the next light over. Now, according to the bill, information prohibited from sharing would include a person, quote, a person's identity, residence, location, or employer, end of quote, as well as other information like biometric data. If the doxing leads to a, quote, significant life disruption, end of quote, the charges could be felonies. A potential or actual loss of more than $500 would qualify. Listen, I don't like doxing. I've been doxed. And knowing that I'm actually in support of anti-doxing laws, while I am here for the First Amendment, when your First Amendment infringes on the rights and safety and well-being of others, then I don't think that that's covered in the First Amendment. And so you doxing somebody, I don't believe is a First Amendment right. I'm just saying. Well, Tacos and Tequila say Elon Musk done doxed all of us. Just a mess. Anyway, in more news, sugar spiky news, the EPA is in the news. The EPA, and that's the Environmental Protection Agency, plans to eliminate its scientific research office. Let me say that again. The Environmental Protection Agency plans to eliminate its scientific research office. So what the fuck are you open for? And that's the point. If the Environmental Protection Agency closes its scientific research office, then it has no purpose. It's not doing anything at that point. But this closing of or eliminating of said scientific research office could fire more than 1,000 scientists and other employees who help provide the scientific foundation for rules safeguarding human health and ecosystems from environmental pollutants. As many as 1,155 chemists, biologists, toxicologists, and other scientists, 75% of the research program staff, could be laid off, according to documents reviewed by Democratic staff on the House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology. The planned layoffs cast by the Trump administration as part of a broader push to shrink the size of the federal government and make it more efficient were assailed by critics as a massive dismantling of the EPA's longstanding mission to protect public health and the environment. Here we are. Here we are. Now, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin has said he wants to eliminate 65% of the agency's budget, a huge spending cut that will require major staffing reductions for jobs such as monitoring air and water quality, responding to natural disasters, and lead abatement, among many other agency functions. The EPA has also issued guidance directing that spending items greater than $50,000 require approval from Elon Musk's clandestine Department of Government Efficiency. The Office of Research and Development, the EPA's main science arm, currently has 1,540 positions, excluding special government employees and public health officers, according to the memo. A majority of staff, ranging from 50% to 75%, quote, will not be retained, end of quote. And that's according to the memo. Here we are. They're killing us all. In some funny news, in our last two stories, these are, I shouldn't say funny, but these are you get what you pay for stories. This is the story we talked about earlier on Red, Blue, and Black. Minnesota State Senator Justin Eichhorn, a Republican who recently introduced a bill labeling Trump critics as mentally ill. He has been arrested and charged with felony solicitation of a minor for prostitution. Authorities say Eichhorn, age 40, believed he was arranging a meeting with a 17-year-old girl, but was actually communicating with undercover detectives from the Bloomington Police Department. He was taken into custody on Tuesday and booked on felony charge. Bloomington Police Chief Booker Hodges didn't mince words about the arrest. Quote, as a 40-year-old man, if you come to the Orange Jumpsuit District looking to have sex with someone's child, you can expect that we are going to lock you up. End of quote, he stated. Now, State Representative Eichhorn is a married man with 4 children and is now facing mounting pressure to resign. The Minnesota State GOP called the allegations, quote, shocking, end of quote, and went on to say, quote, Justin has a difficult road ahead and he needs to focus on his family, end of quote. Now, the Republican Party of Minnesota has urged him to step down due to the seriousness of the charges. Now, the arrest came just days after he co-authored the controversial Trump derangement syndrome bill, where anybody that took issue with Donald Trump and his administration would be labeled as having a mental illness. And you should note on the day that they introduced the bill, that's the same day believed to be the same date that he solicited this minor. These are y'all's people. I have nothing to do with these people. I give them to y'all. In some fuck around and find out news for y'all's boy, Elon Musk, a Tesla repair center in Las Vegas was firebombed early this morning with Molotov cocktails and gunfire used to set vehicles on fire, and that's according to the Las Vegas Metro Police. Where's Xavier? He's supposed to be a Las Vegas person. Fire crews arrived around 2:44 a.m. and quickly contained the flames, which damaged at least 5 vehicles. Authorities say the fire was prevented from reaching the battery packs, avoiding a more dangerous situation. Oh well, burn it to the ground. Burn the shit to the ground. Burn all of the Teslas to the ground. Burn them to the ground. Go with God. As we delve out of the sugar spiky segment and deeper into the dossier, so we found out some information. Jonathan Majors and Megan Good apparently got married and didn't tell nobody. Apparently, they are officially married. The 35-year-old actor and 43-year-old actress exchanged vows in an intimate ceremony at their Los Angeles home, and that was confirmed by Entertainment Tonight. The couple's joyous milestone comes just 4 months after they first announced their engagement. According to ET, Jonathan and Megan said, "I do" this morning. His mother, who's a pastor, officiated the ceremony, while Megan's mother stood by as a witness. It was a deeply personal affair shared only between the four of them. Just hours before their wedding, the couple made a public appearance at a special screening and Q&A event for for Jonathan's upcoming film magazine Dreams at the London West Hollywood. They got married this morning. This is after. Hold on. Come here, Jonathan. Come to the whiteboard. Come your ass to the fucking whiteboard. You done been in the motherfucking news for all of the wrong goddamn reasons, sir. You ain't fooling nobody. You're not fooling anybody by trying to take hold of the news cycle in a positive way by getting married. Sir, you ain't fooling nobody. Frankly, we don't give a damn. If Megan want to go over there and do whatever she need to do to get that sweet meat and that good strong dick you got over there, let her. Listen, go ahead, Megan. You just admitted to strangling that white girl yesterday. We heard on the damn recording yesterday. Now, because you got all this negative publicity, now all of a sudden you done flued your mama and mother-in-law out so y'all can get married. Girl, I guess. Megan, if you like it, we love it. Because we know what this about, Megan. You done had your head bust into the headboard a few too many times while he's been giving you the sweet meat. And that's why your decision making may be altered and flawed. That happens. When you over there getting dick down, getting your box beat in, getting your womb plunged, putting Oregon's Trail on the ceilings with your footprints, and you get your head banged into the headboard one too many times, it may cause you to have impaired judgment, ma'am. We understand. Just leave us the fuck out of it. Leave us the hell out of it. And now that we're out of the sugar spike segment and we done, I need a palate cleanser. Y'all, I gift you with a palate cleanser because we had a doozy of a sugar spike segment. And now that Jonathan and Megan have pissed us the hell off, we need something to cleanse our palate and get our minds off of their fuck shit. Here's a palate cleanser. Sorry. Oh, oh, I got distracted. Girl. Girl. I was a little distracted over here. Girl, Jonathan, go with God. We don't care. Girl. I got distracted. We needed that palate cleanser, right? Oh, praise God for the palate cleanser. Oh, Lord, you know what we need, God. Oh, child. Oh. Ooh. I had to got hard and bothered. Girl. Oh, Universal Goddess. And he Haitian too, Universal Goddess. You should know he Haitian too. So you already know what that sweet meat doing, honey. Baby, listen. Oh. Well, Uncle J, don't you look too hard at my mans. I'll fuck you up, Uncle J. Don't be over there looking. That ain't for you, Uncle J, because I know how you is. Where Paul? Paul, don't be over there looking at my man. Don't make me fuck you up. Paul, don't be over there looking at mine. Cha. Girl. Y'all know we needed that palate cleanser. All right, let me take the I'm gonna take the banner down so y'all can read this. That ain't our man's nothing. That ain't our man's nothing. Child. I really be stalking that man on. I follow his Instagram. I've been following his Instagram for about 3-4 years now, and he gives me life abundantly. Not some hot twats in here, girl. So listen, 4 of our queen mothers, 4 of our musical goddesses down to the black community. They were out here. Now they done got airbrushed and snatched to the gods in these pictures. Now let's be clear. Listen, our aunties done got airbrushed and snatched to the motherfucking god in these good pictures here. Do you hear me? But they going on concert together. Here are the dates. 4 legends, 1 stage. We got May 9th, Las Vegas, May 10th, Oakland, California, May 11th, Los Angeles, May 16th, Columbia, South Carolina, May 17th, Birmingham, Alabama, May 18th, Nashville, May 23rd, Baltimore. Now, if you go into the Baltimore date, Patty ain't gonna be there. Auntie Patty ain't gonna be there on Baltimore. So if you go to Baltimore, don't look for Auntie Patty, okay? May 24th, you got Brooklyn. May 30th, you got Chicago. May 31st is Cincinnati. And June 1st at Indianapolis. Y'all need some more dates than that. Y'all ain't got no Philly. Y'all ain't got no Atlanta. Y'all ain't got no it's a lot. No Dallas, no Houston, no Miami, Orlando, no South Carolina or Charleston or something. No North Carolina. The VA don't want no y'all gonna have to get some more dates with that. Listen, the people be wanting to see y'all. Now I know y'all old and stuff, but the people be wanting to see y'all. Now y'all make sure, okay? Right, Uncle Jay, they could have did a Charlotte or something. Y'all ain't even doing Atlanta, girl. I mean, y'all ain't doing Philly and Atlanta. We know Shaka, not Shaka, Gladys is from Atlanta, and Patty is from Philly. Y'all ain't gonna do them 2 places? Girl. Now here's my question. Here's my question. Who gonna have the right amount of? Are they going? Oh yeah, they going to Chicago. Yeah, they going to Chicago because I know Shaka from Chicago, and so I should have known they was going to Chicago. So they is going to Shaka's excuse me, hometown. But my question is, what happened to Atlanta for what happened to Atlanta for Gladys and Philly for Patty? We know Stephanie from New York, okay? Stephanie, a hood girl, she from Bed-Stuy, okay? Now we know Stephanie, mama is from Bed-Stuy, but y'all can't wrap around to Atlanta. I mean, at least in South Carolina, North Carolina, people could drive over to Atlanta and give Patty a good home concert. Y'all can't roll up there to Philly. You know, at least the Ohio and the Indianapolis people can come down to Philly. Kentucky people can go up there. Y'all ain't shit for that. Yeah. My question is, who's gonna make sure that Shaka has the right equilibrium of narcotics and or alcohol on that night? Because if you give her too much, she not gonna be able to give you no show. But if you don't give her enough, she's also ain't gonna give you a good show. You got to have the right amount of equilibrium for Shaka, okay? The right amount of illicit drugs and or alcohol for Shaka for her to be right there, okay? And she sang the house down. Now, I done heard Shaka recently when she had that equilibrium and Mama sang the house down. I've also heard Shaka recently where Mama had too much or not enough, and baby, she wasn't good for nothing. Tell me what song y'all want to hear from each of these four artists. Now, for me, if I'm let me go down the line. Gladys, I gotta hear Neither One of Us first and foremost. It's Neither One of Us and Everything Else. It's Neither One of Us for me with Gladys and Everything Else. Okay. Now I can still hear If I Was Your Woman. I can hear Love Overboard. I can hear her do her rendition of End of the Road because Gladys, I like Gladys's version of End of the Road. I do. But for me, it's Neither One of Us and Everything Else. Please be clear. If you're not giving me Neither One of Us, Gladys, I don't want it. But I need Love Overboard so I can hear hoo hoo hoo. Love Overboard. Now, Shaka, here's what I need from you, Shaka. I need I got a bunch of Shaka Khan songs I need. I need My Funny Valentine from Waiting to Exhale. I need Through the Fire. I need Shaka has a beautiful version of cover of Michael Jackson's Got to Be There. I need that. I need if y'all want Gladys and Shaka, y'all could have Brandy and Tamia come out and do I'm Missing You. Y'all could do that too. Shaka, you could pretty much do your I need Do You Love What You Feel? Even though you could bring Rufus out for Do You Love What You Feel? You could do Ain't Nobody. Shaka, I got a lot of Shaka songs. Okay, Shaka could go through the whole catalog for me. I'm here for it, Shaka. But Shaka has my favorite version of My Funny Valentine. Let's be clear. Mama Patty, you could go through the whole catalog too, Mama Patty, because we already know you gonna give us Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But Patty, in your older age, and maybe you don't want a lawsuit, you done stop throwing the microphone as far. I don't even think she throw the microphone no more. But Patty, what I need you to do is go old school on Somewhere Over the Rainbow and take on that last long note. And when you hit the end of that last long note and you throw, I need you to throw that microphone like old school, okay? Now I know you're gonna kick off your shoes. I don't need you to roll on the floor like you used to, because I don't think you're gonna be able to get up like that. You're gonna kick off your shoes, but you're not gonna roll on the floor like you used to. What I do need you to do, I don't know if you still got that kind of power like you used to, Patty, but remember back in the day when you used to sing and Patty used to walk away to the other side of the stage away from the microphone and you could still hear Mama Patty all over the arena like she was still in front of the microphone and had walked clear across the stage to the other side where it wasn't no microphone and was still hollering and you could still hear Patty. But Patty could do the whole catalog. Whole catalog, Patty. Patty, I can take the whole Patty catalog. Of course, I need If Only You Knew. I need Not Right But Real. That's 2 steps away. Patty, I need that. I need you to bring Michael McDonald out and do On My Own. I need Stir It Up. I need New Attitude. I need If You Ask Me To. We could go down the list on Mother Patty, okay? We know you're gonna give us Lady Marmalade. Lady Marmalade, baby. I need it all of it. I'm just saying. But I need you to throw that microphone like you used to back in the day, okay? I need you to throw this. If you don't throw this good microphone like you used to back in the day, it's just not gonna be the same. Cha. Stephanie, of course you got to give us oh, I feel good all over. If you don't give me nothing, I feel good all over and everything else. Yes, I want to hear Home. Yes, I want to hear I've learned to respect the power of love. Okay. But it is for me, it's I feel good all over and everything else. Okay. I want to hear I've learned to respect the power of love. Okay. I want to hear all of that. I want to hear Home. I want to hear everything. Okay. But what I need you to do, ma'am, for me, I need you to give me, I need you to just give me I feel good all over at the and that's it. That's all. Now you could give me Never Knew Love like this before. I want to hear I never knew, never knew. I need all of that too. Okay. I want to hear Free. I want to hear Something in the Way You Make Me Feel. Something in the way you make me feel. Ah! I want to hear all of it. However, let's be clear. It is I feel good all over and everything else. Out listen. I love Stephanie. Let's be clear. I love. I want to hear what you're gonna do with my loving. I want it all, Stephanie, but let's be clear. It's I feel good all over and everything else. Okay. Cha. I'm just saying. Cha. Now, mind you, I've seen all of these women in concert. I've seen all of them in concert. They don't owe me nothing. I done seen all these women in concert. I've seen them in their prime. I saw Patty early 90s. I saw Shaka. I've seen Shaka so many times, it's ridiculous. I saw Gladys the year after I saw Gladys. I was in college when I saw Gladys. So I think I saw Gladys like 98 or 99, and Gladys was still singing the house down. And I done seen Stephanie Mills a bunch of times too. And Stephanie Mills still singing the house down. So I done seen all of these women singing the house down. Okay. I'm just saying. I seen Patty when she was still hollering. Listen, Patty, I need you to sing Forever Young for me, okay? I need you to sing Forever Young for me, Patty. Do you hear me? Patty, I need Forever Young. I need Two Steps Away. Those two songs, they touch me in a way. Forever Young and Two Steps Away, they touch me, Patty. Gladys did just get out the hospital, Ronald. She did. But maybe by the time we get to May, she'll be all right. Let us, stay home, get some good um TLC from that young husband. Don't let him do too much. Your husband is much younger than you, Mother Gladys. And you can't be taking that sweet meat like that, honey. That might be part of the problem why you got a little sick, honey. Baby, that's a young man you got over there, baby. You can't be getting your back blown out. Baby, ain't Gladys in her 80s? How old is Gladys? Let me ask the Googles. Okay, Google. How old is Gladys Knight?
Based on the search results, Gladys Knight was born on May 28th, 1944. Therefore, in 2024, she turned 80 years old.
She 80. Gladys is 80. One of the shows is on her 81st birthday down to the New York. See, that's when y'all should have had her 81st birthday, the May 24th one. That should have been Atlanta, because that's that woman's birthday. Y'all ain't shit. Strawberry Letter was a good song now. Listen, y'all let me know what songs y'all need from these people, because we're going to be here for it. Oh, God, Jesus. Now we go from talking to our sweet soul musical goddesses down to the Black community to be left with one of the past president of the IFFB, the International Federation of Fuck Boys. This is another past president of the IFFB, the International Federation of Fuck Boys. Antonio Brown is in the news. Now, he took to X, formerly Twitter, to share a private conversation between him and his ex, Sydney Moreau, accusing her of using their son as leverage to ask for financial help. In the messages, she reached out to him saying, quote, "Hi, babe, I hope you're doing okay. Ace is doing good. I could really use some help with paying my rent this month. If you could help me, that would be very helpful," end of quote. In the messages, he responded harshly with, "Fuck you, bitch. Go suck dick." She then responded with, "Ace lives under my roof. You have an obligation to help Antonio." Why are we here? Why is this on social media, Antonio? See, this is why he's a past president of the International Fuckboys, International Federation of Fuckboys. I don't have time, sir. Go to hell. I'm not going to even tell you to go with God. Go to hell. Now, for those of you coffee drinkers like myself, I should tell you there's an International Delight recall. They're recalling over 75,000 bottles of coffee creamer following reports of illness and spoilage. Now, this is a voluntary recall, though. They are voluntarily recalling 2 flavors of its coffee creamers after reports of illness and spoilage. The recall initiated by parent company Dannon North America on February 21st, and we just finding out, affects more than 75,000 bottles, according to an enforcement report from the FDA. The FDA has since classified the recall as Class 2, indicating that while the use of products could result in temporary or medically reversible adverse health consequences, the risk of serious health issues is low. The recall includes 32 fluid ounce bottles of International Delight Cinnabon Classics Cinnamon Roll Coffee Creamer and Hazelnut Coffee Creamer. Now, hazelnut is one of my go-tos. Hazelnut, sweet cream, and French vanilla. Those are my three go-tos. Hazelnut, French vanilla, and sweet cream. Those are my three go-tos. I don't buy International Delight. I've had it before, but that's not one of my go-to. I usually go with Coffee Mate. That's my go-to Coffee Mate. If I see that they got a sale on International Delight, I'll usually go over there. But now that I know that, I won't. Now, here's the deal. I go down to the QT sometimes if I'm in a rush, and I'll get some coffee from down to the QT. If you've been to the QT, the coffee, the cream in the QT in the little thing down there is International Delight. So they have hazelnut and French vanilla. I know they have hazelnut and French vanilla International Delight coffee creamer at the QT. So I know that I probably have had some in the last week or so. I ain't got sick yet. So, but now I know. Listen. Yeah, I use liquid coffee mate too, Ronald. I use the liquid coffee mate. Now, my grandma used to swear by the powder coffee mate. My grandma used to buy the big canister of powder coffee mate. She loved coffee mate. I use coffee mate, but I use the liquid coffee mate, the creamer. Yeah, I use coffee mate. Yeah, I don't play around. But I've been to QT and I know QT have this International Delight hazelnut. Mm. Now they say it's a low risk of serious illness, but girl, I don't want that shit to give me like violent diarrhea or something. I don't add sugar to my coffee either. You know, it be sweet enough. My coffee mate does me right, Ronald. I don't add sugar to my coffee. I just add the creamer. And so my coffee mate does the right thing for my coffee. Now, I like my coffee opposite of how I like my men. I like them high yellow. My coffee high yellow, and I like my men's blue black. And my coffee high yellow. I'm just saying. My grandma drank Maxwell House. That's it. That's all. Every now and again, I remember a couple times we would mess up and buy her Folgers, and she'll look at us because Maxwell House had the blue can, Folgers had the red can, so she knew by the color of that can, and she would get the instant coffee where you would have to boil the water. We didn't have no coffee maker. You had to get the pot, boil the water for my grandmother and my grandfather. They had two different mugs. My grandfather had his mug, my grandmother had hers, and we knew just the right level of the water that when it started boiling, it would be just enough for both of them. You put the crystals from the instant coffee in the cup first. Then you put the boiling water in there, stir it up. You add your cream and or sugar. My grandfather would get a half a spoon of sugar, and he could tell if you put 1 grain of sugar over half a spoon. My grandmother, she wanted 6 sugars and 6 creams. That's how my grandmother drank hers. Now I don't do as extreme as my grandmother, but I do about 4 and 4. I might do 4 and 4. If I go to the store, I'm gonna say 4 and 4. If I'm at my house, I don't use sugar. I just put enough creamer that I need. But if I go to the Dunkin' Donuts or somewhere, they never give me enough cream. They never give me enough cream. So I have to tell them that 4 and 4, so I know it'll be sweet enough. Mm-hmm. Cha. Cha. Anyway, oh dear God. That's Shaun T. That's Shaun T. 2 creams and 2 sugars, baby. If I gave my grandma 2 creams and 2 sugars, baby, the way she'll slap me across the room and ask me who she think gonna drink this. Who's supposed to drink this? Be done slap me across the room. Child. Yeah, my grandma used that Maxwell House instant coffee. She ain't play around. And you had to get the big container and with the little scoop in it. You scoop it out and put it in there. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so him and his white husband is in the news. This is what he posted on social media. Here's the first half. Oh, let me take that down. To my men, for the past couple of years, I've been wanting to organize a men's only fitness retreat. This retreat will focus on intense fitness, but not at the level of my insanity workouts. It will also emphasize motivation and community, where we can have deep conversations, reflect within ourselves, and explore our relationships with food and connection. If this sounds interesting to you and you're willing to prepare physically, mentally, and financially over the next year, send me a DM. Then he posted this. It's not a freak off or sex retreat or freak off, but you do as you wish on your free time. I want a group of men who are wanting to show up ready to work. But yeah, we will have a great time. I'm going to add a link to get your emails since a lot of you can't DM me. Really? Shaun? Come in, Shaun. Come in, Shaun. Come in, Shaun. Shaun, the fact that you came out on that next post and said this is not a freak off tells me that that's exactly what the fuck it is. Your ass want to come over here. Y'all might, I believe y'all gonna do a few workouts now. Please be clear. Y'all gonna do a few workouts, but baby, after the workout and before the shower, because I know the gym rats. Listen, let me give y'all a peek into the LGBTQ plus community. Now, my gays in the chat, they're gonna confirm this for you. Let me give you a peek into the LGBTQ plus community. The gym girls only fuck with gym girls. Okay, let's be clear. The gym rat girls, they got their own little community within the community. They only fuck with the other gym rat girls. They're not fucking with the regular people. They're not fucking with the unless you go to the gym 6 days a week like them, they're not fucking with you. The problem with the gym girls is 99.98% of them are slap bottoms. Slap bottoms. Ain't working with nothing. Don't even want you to touch they junk. They just want you to beat they box in, beat they shape in. They size queens and they slap bottoms. But then have the nerve to only want to deal with each other, not knowing that everybody in the gym with you is a slap ass bottom and want the same thing you got. And most of them ain't got no meat. And y'all whole ass dick pigs, size queens. So that's what he having over here. He's having a whole ass bust down weekend. Right, Ivy, working each other out. Ciao. Ciao. Them gym rats, not they about to have all of the baby oil. Not the baby oil. Ow. Ow. Not all of the baby oil, child. No, here's what's going to happen. While they're there, Uncle Jay, you gonna see Shaun gonna say, "Oh, I invited a friend over tonight." Every night it's gonna be a different friend. Fat Rabbit gonna come through. Yardy Style gonna come through. Raheem Shabazz go come through. They gonna have all of the porn skanks come through. Mr. Bolden go come through. They gonna have all of them come through. What's the man name? That always wear the mask. Fuck. Bandit. Is it no? Y'all know who I'm talking about? What's his name? Bandit is in his name. Is it? It's not Booty Bandit. It's shit. DL Bandit or something like that. I forgot his name. But he always have the mask that stop right here at his nose because he like to eat ass. Y'all know who I'm talking. The gays know who I'm talking about. They gonna have all the girls from the circuit is gonna come through. On that last day, they gonna have Chase XG Chase come through and blow their backs out. Tell you what I know. DL Max Bandit. Thank you, Uncle Jay. That's him. DL Max Bandit. I knew Bandit was in that DL. You ain't fooling nobody, Shaun T. And the people are dog walking you. They are dog walking you all over social media. The people say they don't care if you come, but they say don't bring that white ass husband of yours descended from the Caucasus Mountains. They say leave his ass at home. Don't come around there talk about no threesomes with that white ass husband of yours descended from the Caucasus Mountains. That's what the people said. Because they say they ready to beat your shape in. Shaun, you know them tapes are leaked earlier. I mean, a few years back of Shaun getting his back blown out by that white husband. We ain't got time for what you got going on, Shaun. Go with God. That's what's the little Hispanic man name? Bad Bunny. He just wanted y'all to know that he half naked. That's it. That's all. He just wants y'all to know that he's giving y'all something y'all can feel. He just wants y'all to know what he got going on. Here you go, sir. If you wanted to show us what you have going on, your meat should have been hanging down the side of one of the legs of the boxer briefs. Because if you wanted to show us something, your meat would be too big to fit in the pouch, and then you have the meat sliding down the leg of the damn boxer briefs. But I guess I guess you want us to see your tattoo. Okay, sir. Okay. Girl, you ain't giving us nothing we want. Sir. Oh, God. Sir, go with God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Just yeah, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it to do with this woman. I do not have it to do with this woman. This woman done wrote a 4-page letter. If I had to see it, not bad bottom. You know what? You like this late night run your mouth? We need more late night run your mouths. I gotta go to bed. I am pure and chaste, and a pure, chaste, pious, and holier than thou man like myself. I need my beauty sleep. Janae, little baby. If I had to see it, y'all gotta see it. Nope. Because I don't give a damn about this woman. But if I had to see it, then y'all got to see it. Here we are. She said, we would like to give our heartfelt condolences to Angie Stone family and friends. Sister Angie, we stand on the shoulders of the elders and ancestors like you. So please know that your fight inspired us to write this letter, and that the fight doesn't end with your passing, as it is only beginning. Hey, bitch! Why the fuck are you rapping Angie Stone in your fuck shit? The woman done went on to be with the Lord. She done went on to the fucking ancestral plane. And you're around here denigrating this woman's death with your fuck shit. You ain't shit, Monique. I've been said this bitch ain't shit. I've been said Monique ain't shit. Let me tell y'all something. I've been said she ain't shit. And the fact that you would try to wrap Angie Stone's death up in your fuck shit, you're vile. I don't even want to read. I'm not going to even read what you wrote because you are vile. The fact that you would wrap Angie Stone's death in your fuck shit, you are vile. That shit is vile. There's a special place for bitches like you. This is why you got a whole bunch of people that's apologists for Monique and her fuck shit. I can't even go to her show. I told y'all a long time ago she wasn't shit. She's homophobic. Her son laid her ass out and really showed us who she was. And we just don't want no parts of you. We don't know. I can't. In good faith, I can't do it. You're vile. You're vile. That's it. That's all. You're fucking vile. And I'll have no more to do with you, ma'am. I'll have no more to do with you. You're vile. Can't do it. Hey, Miss Shorty B. Hey, Fire Spawn. I can't. I won't do it. Go to hell. Oh God, Ray J. Oh dear God, it just keep going, getting worse. This is our last story of the night. Thank you, sweet 7-pound, 3-ounce baby Jesus. Ray J is in the news. He has some things to say. Here's Ray J. Why is it not playing? I don't know why it's not playing. Hold on. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Because I want y'all to see this. Hold on. More than one way to skin a cat. Because I don't want to mix the man's words up, okay? I need y'all to hear it from his mouth. I don't need y'all to think I'm just making shit up. I need y'all to hear it from his mouth.
And I'm not being thirsty.
Now, hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me make it big. I don't want y'all to think I'm making this shit up. These are his words, not mine.
And I'm not being thirsty. But I want a girl tonight. But I got a budget. Is that wrong with having a budget? For being go too far, okay? But I got a budget for somebody that want to be with anybody. Play the song, but I got a budget. It's solid. It's like 5 bands to 10 bands. 5 to 10 bands to be with me tonight. Is there somebody out there?
That was Ray J. If you could not hear what he said he looking for a girl tonight, but he's on a budget. He say he have 5 to 10 bands. There's nothing wrong with having a budget, but his budget is 5 to 10 bands, and he's looking for a girl tonight. I'm just telling y'all what the man said, okay? I'm just telling you what the man said, okay? He did say that we are now promoting prostitution. Now, I've just got a news flash for you, Ray J. You had Trey Songz right next to you, who would be more than glad to let you dip your spoon into his sugar bowl or vice versa. Because the people down to the Virginia, down to the VA, tells me that Tremaine, Trey Songz, likes to have spoons dipped into his sugar bowl, while also liking to dip spoons into sugar bowls. I'm just telling you. And you ain't even got to pay him. I mean, you got a long piece of dick, Ray J. We all seen it. I'm sure Trey Songz would enjoy you dipping your long spoon into his sugar bowl. Uh, Not the next video is gonna be of the girl's pimp slapping him for non-payment. Speaking of which, this is for the people who were not here at the beginning of the show.
It was a very shocking and horrific moment.
Mark Bonomo was attending Mass at the Cathedral Basilica of Sacred Heart in New Jersey when a man walked up to Bishop Manuel Cruz and punched him in the face. Police identified the man as 42-year-old Charles Miller. He can be seen strolling up to the altar right in the middle of the service.
As a former altar boy, a lot of people thought, oh, he might be part of the mass, but I myself thought it was a little odd right off from the gate. And then when he walked up and hit the man in the face, hit Bishop Cruz in the face, people were shocked. Some people ducked, others screamed.
Another person in attendance caught the whole thing on video. The bishop fell to the ground and was shielded by an altar boy, while police tackled Miller to place him under arrest. A spokesman for the archdiocese said Bishop Cruz was not seriously injured, and he was thankful law enforcement was there to take control of the situation.
And so we end just how we started. A pimp named Slickback said, you owe my hoe some money. Give her money. Now, Ray J don't have that problem. Ray J said up front, if your price, well, Ray J, listen, for about, you ain't even got the, I don't need 5 bands. I'll do it for a clean 1,000, Ray J. I'm not going to even lie to you. You give me a clean 1,000, Ray J, we can make this happen. Now, I'm going to make your ass use a condom, sir, because, you know, that shit, your dick done been around the world. And I don't know what petri dish of STDs and STIs you got floating around your junk. Anyway, but for a cool thou wow, we could make this happen. I don't need 5 bands. You can keep 4, or you say you got 5 to 10 bands, so you got 10 bands total. You can keep 9 of them bands. Give me a cool thou wow. We can make it happen. We ain't even got to go too far. We could just go to the bathroom. Make it happen. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Ray J. For a cool thou wow, let's get it. Let's go. I'm just saying. I mean, that's just helping you and me out. I could come and tell the people my story and add it to a resume builder. I'm just saying. Uncle Jay says he's a high class whore. He needs 3,500. He's not gonna settle for a cool thou wow. He needs 3,500. But that amount, Uncle Jay, he's gonna want to go raw dog. He's gonna want a raw dog for that amount of money. It ain't worth it to me, baby. You're not raw dogging in me, Ray J, because your ass, baby. I know it's some everything floating in that petri dish that you call a fucking dick. Nope. Nope. It is hard out here for a pimp. I don't know what Bishop tried to pay her with. Yes, fire spawn for 3,500. Anything over two over 2,000, they're gonna try and raw dog. He may have something. He might be like Usher, and have the herpes or genital warts or something that you can't get. That ain't no cure for. Baby, I can't afford it. You know, a lot of them a lot of celebrities got the herpes because a lot of them fuck with the same dirty bitches, and they all end up with the same venereal diseases. And if you know people like R. Kelly and Usher and Ursh got the herpes, you think Ray J ain't got it, child? Child, when I tell you the amount of Valtrex that go through Los Angeles, New York, and Atlanta, the amount of Valtrex, child, girl, and you, child, I'm just saying. Listen, don't worry about how I know the price points. I got friends in high places. I'm just saying. Now they say about 2,000, anything from 2 stacks to 2,500, they raw dogging, whether or not you want them to. That's what they say. How New York get it is because y'all have a lot of celebrities in New York. Just saying. There's a reason the Centers for Disease Control is in Atlanta too. Anyway, we about to get out of here, y'all. We about to get out of here, y'all. That's the complete dossier for today. If you enjoyed yourself in here today, go ahead and put a 27 in the chat or a Shondo in the chat. Also, if you enjoyed yourself in here today, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Also, if you want to become a member, hit the join button and become a member. We do this every day, normally at 5 o'clock. Normally, we're not this late. We have the drive at 5 with Run Your Mouth, and we go from 5 o'clock to 6:45, and then we go right into Really B's Tribe meeting. So if you enjoyed yourself today, if you enjoyed yourself today, feel free, subscribe, hit the like button. Certainly, we want you to hit the like button. How many likes we got over there? Don't tell me. I don't even care. I don't even ask about like buttons. It ain't that serious. If you liked it or didn't like it, it's okay. If you had a good time. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. For those of you who feel so inclined, support this platform because this is independent media, and we try to provide you all with useful information that you can't get from other places and other sources, and that legacy mainstream media is not telling you. We try to make sure that we keep you informed of things that you just are not getting other places. So certainly, if you learned today, it's always my goal to make sure you learn something and that you are entertained. And if you learn something and we're entertained, we are grateful for it. We're grateful for it. Anyway, go get me some scripts. Well, you got to contribute to the script fund, Ronald. Cha. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Um, y'all could have been a lot of places tonight. A lot of people be live this time of night, but y'all been over here rocking with me tonight, and I am eternally grateful for y'all spending some time with me tonight. Since we switched up and didn't do it at 5 o'clock, we'll be at our regular time at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Please be clear. We will be at 5 o'clock tomorrow. But, every now and again, we may switch up and change up on y'all, all of that good stuff. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I'm about to go lay it down, take a shower, and lay it down. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here until tomorrow. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all.